Chandler. I know you're thinking, he's going to do science again. Well, in a way I am doing science again, but I'm doing a science called continuity. We're talking about DC Comics and their storylines and their continuity. Now, many people, when you think about a storyline, you think about, okay, here's the start, there's the storyline, fairly consistent storyline, story arc that continues. Now, many, many, many years ago, DC Comics did this wonderful thing they called the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Boom. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, they did this because prior to that storyline they did, their continuity kind of was like a garbled mess, and trying to keep track of all the different storylines and all the times they would change things was a bit of a headache to most comic book readers, even to the people who still work for DC Comics. What this was previously was what they used to call a multiverse. After Crisis, it went to a single universe. A single universe, nice and simple. You had continuity. They made a whole bunch of changes, a whole bunch of other stuff. Well then, years go by, they want to do something different, and they want to do the reemergence of multi-universes. In other words, the second Crisis, if you want. So basically we have the 52 universes after this point. Mess, nice and straight. You'd think there was a little bit of a mess because you had a few things going on, but for the most part, that mess kind of settled into a continuous storyline again. And this went on for a couple of years. Now, with the economy in the world going the way it is, and people panicking, DC Comics went, we have to make more sales. Let's do something, I know. Let's change things. Bam! Flashpoint. Okay. A lot of us went, okay, this is an Elseworld story. No, they've actually changed the universe and flipped it around. It'll be a one-year event when it first started. And it actually kind of grew on us. We kind of liked it because it was still a continuous storyline. Because Flashpoint, yep, everything up to here went, okay, big change. Right? But still, it was continuing. Because, okay, we've changed the whole universe. Here's a new universe, deal with it. But the storylines are still continuing. What they've recently decided to do, because they wanted to make more sales, was what I'm calling the New 52. They called it a relaunch, I call it a reboot. New 52. Now the problem with New 52 is you have storylines now out of your 52 titles. You have storylines that are doing this. Oh, let's start from here and then we'll go forward. You have storylines going, well, let's start from here and then we'll go forward. You've got storylines saying, well, we're going to start way back here and go all the way forward. What they're basically doing is saying, forget the stuff we fixed. Let's have storylines do this again. Whee! Woo! Wee! There's only one title that has decided to maintain that thread. To give you a hint, the color is green. All I really have to say is, well, history repeats itself, folks. There's your proof. Continuity mess got cleaned up. Big continuity mess now. When you have titles out there that you're taking the storylines, relaunching them, reboot, and you're saying, well, forget this. Well, forget all this. This is just, boom, zero, starting fresh. We're going from here. However, you have titles in the New 52 that are doing, well, let's take a look. Justice League is basically year one. You have Red Hood and the Outlaws. Who knows when this storyline is supposed to take place, because they've taken characters that used to exist and changed them around. You have the Batman stuff. Well, seems to be going forward. We know Green Lantern is going forward. Superman, well, you have one that's doing this. It went like this to go like that, and one's a year one. Teen Titans, apparently nothing existed before. It's a year one. You have 52 titles. I can go through all the titles, but you have 52 titles that, instead of saying, okay, this is our storylines, here we're going, you have titles doing this, we'll be here and over there. Most people are going to get really tired of this. Especially when you say to all the people who've been reading comic books for years, all of this doesn't matter anymore. This never happened. But then you have a title like Hawk and Dove that says, oh, there's a big crisis. They're going to get confused again, folks. Honestly, I don't mind some of the changes they've made. Some, as you can tell, have been horrible. But the biggest tragedy of the New 52 is that mess of continuity. I mean, what is this, 1984 over again? So for Mad Montreal, man, you know what? Go out there, have a moment, and reflect upon what I've said. Continuity. What's better for sales if you think about it? Storylines that make sense, or heck, we're going to be a hodgepodge left and right. That's all I got to say. Really, I'm kind of done. DC Comics, it's at a point now where, you look at Marvel, it got all the crossovers all the time, you kind of go, when's it going to stop? We have mutants here, mutants there, mutants everywhere. No more mutants. Oh, they're coming back. They're still here. Avengers this, Avengers that. And you think, okay, at least DC had one thing right, that continuity. A straight line, a path they were following. Not anymore, folks. I wish I could go back and write my own history. You know what I would do? I'd go back and not be a comic book junkie. I'd probably save some money. Okay, I'm going to go back and work on my notorious scheming and evil plans. I'll see you next week.